was the story of the first final, the battle between those two. But Milan Coppins and Max Stemmerding in the early stages of the race could stay with them. So if they can get past early, then I think they will probably try and defend and make it into a fight.
Yeah, I think this first part of the race will be really will be really good to see where these guys are in terms of pace, and if they will be able to have an advantage in the further on in the race. So if you pointed out, if either one of these guys in row number 2 can get in front, it will be really interesting race, and I think it won't be minimized to a two-way lead for the battle as we're expecting at the moment between Thomas Martins and Kai Rillas, from what we've learned in final number 1.
Yeah.
As these guys are coming around the last bend, right-hander onto the starting formation, into the corridors they're going, slowed down by the officials at the start and finish line. If the lights go off, we are racing, and the lights have turned off, and we're underway once again. A good start by Milan Coppens. There is Thomas Martins once again getting in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah,
he is holding on to P3. Good stuff coming around the first right-hander. But we do have Kai Rillards in position number 1. It looked like Milan Coppens wanted a piece of that as well. Looked like he was coming past, but he didn't.
Yeah, Milan Coppens now having just a slight look. Oh, and Milan Coppens, I think he hit the grass under braking there as he went down the back straight towards turn number 6, and getting all out of shape. Did good to actually keep the gap fairly similar to Kai Rillards. Thomas Martins, as you said, again struggling on the outside there at the start, but I think he's done a much better job than he did in the first final of minimising any damage. And Thomas Martins, who was pole in that first final, has managed to get away good this time. He won't leave himself so much work to do. He's pretty much with the leaders as they go across the line. He's got Chris Harnan just behind him. Oh, and a change further back. That's Henson, isn't it?
I think that's Henson on Max Stemening there. That's for P5 in our current race. So that will be Henson now up to P5, and it's Max Stemening now back to P6. I thought there wasn't going to be an attack from Thomas Martins there going into the right Henry and then the back straight, but he thought twice of it and actually didn't do it there. With this, Milan Coppens now losing a little bit of touch with Kai Rillards by being quick out of the blocks once again, as he's done in race number 1, and just picking away a little bit of ground there for the guys behind.
But was that Thomas Martins having a look, having a think?
Yeah, he did.
That was his favourite place to overtake, and here he comes down the straight, and Thomas Martins is going to take second place into turn number 1. Martins through, and he's already closed in Kai Rillards. Kai Rillards not having a good run through the first corner. He is right with Kai Rillards now. Thomas Martins, will he even try a move going in towards turn number 5? Doesn't this time. He's got plenty of time. 12-lap final this is. This is the second of 2 finals for the day. And Martins now into second place. So this was how it was in the first race, but it was only Kai Rillards and Thomas Martins battling for the lead. Kai Rillards came on top in final 1, so Thomas Martins needs to come on top in this final behind Chris Harnan. He's found some pace between final 1 and final 2, hasn't he, Gus?
He surely did, yeah. Now we, as we've pointed out, we have, I think, a 5-way fight for the lead in this race. We do have Max Stemening dropping behind a little bit, but pretty much in contention. There is Linus Henson.
Here we go.
There we
Martins
go for the lead once again, as you pointed out, Chris.
Martins up the inside, takes the lead away from Kai Rillards. So Thomas Martins then through to the lead. What's Kai Rillards going to do now? Of course, in the first final, it was at this point that Kai Rillards held on to him and got him back later in the lap. Will he do that again this time? I think he's going to have to. Milan Coppens right there behind. So
yeah, indeed. We've talked about the tactics of Thomas Martins. If he was going to change, and he surely did. He waited last time round to get past Kai Rillards. Now he's
straight
he's
through.
in a big hurry to get past the young Belgium driver with the number 74. But really, Rillard's not letting him go. I think we're gonna see some more overtaking action from these guys. Rillard, little farther behind now. It's one card length as one of the guys is pulling out. Number 79, that is. Number 79 is Patrick
Oh,
Knowles Lokmelis. He's out of contention in this race.
that's a shame to see. Thomas Martins leading, Kai Rillart's second, and it's Milan Coppins, Chris Harnan, and it's Linus Henson in fifth place. Then it's Stemmerding, Julian Rao is in seventh place. Eighth place at the moment is the number 71, which is Artem Mikhailov. Then it's Leon Rao. It's Leon Eggman in 10th place. Siranku is currently 11th. Then Chef Makels is in 12th. And as you said, we've unfortunately lost one of the 13 drivers, which is a shame to see. But
yeah, in the front, while you were reading out this the current standing, I've been following the top few guys, and this guy realized they're putting a bit of a nerve into
here he
Martins
goes.
as he comes
Here comes
on the straightaway into turn number one. This guy realized without very much of a struggle getting back into the first position.
Yep, Kai Rillart's back into the lead then. So Thomas Martins once again unable to pull away from Kai Rillart's once he went past. And these two neck and neck. But Milan Coppins and Chris Harnin have both found some pace since that first final. They are staying with them. It's a five-way battle, in fact, isn't it? As you said, for the lead at the moment. And Kai Rillart's doing a good job. Thomas Martins just behind. Now, what's his tactics now? He's tried going past. He did, but he couldn't pull away. Now he's back in the second. Is he going to change his approach, I wonder?
I think we're going to see much more overtaking on this final than we saw on final number one. Thomas Martins being one of the quickest drivers out there, having proved it all weekend long. Here he comes once again down the straight. He's not getting it over with.
Yep, Thomas.
And it's Thomas Martins once again back in the lead. I think we'll see this changing going on a lot of times this race. And it's Milan Coppens there sitting in front of these other guys. If something happens.
Rillart's back through, but Martins gets him on the switchback. So Rillart's briefly got through. What about Milan Coppens? Is he going to come up the inside? He thought about it, didn't he? But decided to sit in behind Rillart's for now. I think he knows another move is coming. And Thomas Martins was trying to urge Rillart's to push him along. But there's a change for third. Chris Harnan goes through, makes his first big move of the race. And now Milan Coppens is going to try come straight back up the inside. Coppens alongside and gets back through. So Milan Coppens holds on to his third place, but only just about. Chris Harnan, unfortunate there. He's dropped back, and now he's under all sorts of pressure from Henson as they come down the start-finish straight.
He has indeed lost that fifth position after trying to get into P3. Chris finds himself now back into P5. We have some work to do for the young Dutchman to get back into fourth position. While that was happening, was Thomas Martins and Kai Rillart's getting further and further away. So the lead battle now pretty much is becoming a two-way battle once again, Chris.
Yeah, well, of course, all that passing has just allowed Thomas Martins and Kai Rillart's to extend their gap to over the rest of the field to 0.6 of a second. But I think Milan Coppens will be back for more, if I'm honest, because here comes another move from Rillart's as they go down towards the cafe area. Rillart's goes back into the lead, but runs a little bit wide on the exit. Now Martins trying to come back at him up towards the last corner, and Milan Coppens all of a sudden is right there with them. Linus Henson is coming as well. So who's going to win this race? I have absolutely no idea at the moment. In towards turn number one, Thomas Martins doesn't go through. Rillart's covering off any chance of a move as they went in towards turn one there through turn two. Thomas Martins right with Kai Rillart's then through 4 and 5 into the hairpin. And Milan Coppens needs another move. I think he's almost with them. He's 0.3 back, but another move will bring him right into play here. So almost Milan Coppins, his chances of getting the win here is almost in the hands of Thomas Martins. He needs Martins to make that move, unless he can just do it on his own.
As you pointed out, with 3.5 laps to go, it is too close to call for any provisional winners statements or any of that kind of stuff. It is Rillard at this point in the race an advantage over Thomas Martins, but Martins really close in his rear bumper once again. Here comes a little bit of a draft, but not going to make any move this time. It's Milan Koppens having got close a couple of moments ago, now having to let a little bit of room
Yeah,
between
well,
himself and the leaders. It's Linus Hansen now coming onto his rear bumper as well.
yeah, well, Milan Kopin did a 61.5 last time round. Martins actually did his personal best lap of the race, 61.4. Kai Rillarts did a similar time. If it stays like this, Rillarts wins. He won the first final. If he wins the second final, he, of course, wins. However, if Thomas Martins wins this race, then things could change.
Yes, indeed. So it's really all to play for here for these guys as we're heading into the last 2 laps of this Minimax final number 2. They have it all to play for the BNL Kickoff Championship here of 2017. Now it's Martins.
Oh,
Isn't he close, Chris, coming into the
yes,
home
he
straight?
is. Coming down the start finish straight in towards turn number 1 is Thomas Martins going to go up the inside. Well, Rillarts took quite a defensive line there and left Thomas Martins no option but to follow him through. We are on the penultimate lap, so less than 2 laps to go as they head up towards turn number 5 in towards the hairpin. Now out onto the back straight. And it is a long back straight, as you can see from this angle. Milan Koppins still there, only 4 tenths behind. He did his personal best lap. In fact, the top 6 all doing personal best laps on the last time round. It was a 61.2 for Kai Rillarts, a 61.2 for Martins, a 61.3 for Milan Koppins. They're all getting quicker and quicker. They all really want to win this BNL kickoff event, but at the moment it's going to go to Kai Rillarts unless Thomas Martins can do something about it. Up towards the last corner for the penultimate time. The last lap board is being prepared.
Martins is quite a bit further away than he used to be a lap ago.
Oh, well,
having
he's getting a
everything
good
out
run.
of it. Martins there at the end of the strip. What's he going to do? He's not going to go next to Rillarts. Rillarts still pretty much in charge. And now we're once again heading into unexplored territory for Thomas Martins, not having made any moves in the infield at the moment. Martins there really close, but Rillarts having a really good exit there, pulling about a car length on him on the back straight, getting into chicane now, left and right again. Then we head into the double right-hander onto the left sweeper towards the cafe area. It's still Rillarts in charge. Rillarts with a little advantage over Martins.
Well, he's only got 2 more corners to hold on, hasn't he? That's one of them. Up towards the last corner, Thomas Martins. Is he going to have a go in towards it? Yes, he does, up the inside. Thomas Martins goes through. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. Kai Rillarts alongside. Who's going to take the win? They're both jumping in the seat, but Kai Rillarts just about takes the win. Oh, well, Thomas Martins, he had a go. At least he had a go. Kai Rillarts, though, wins by 0.04 of a second. Just got a good exit there, and Kai Rillarts, well, would have been worried, would have thought it was all over as he went into the last corner there, but Thomas Martins ran just slightly wide on the exit, and Kai Rillarts got the run and just took the win.
Great stuff there, as you pointed out this morning. This last corner here at the karting Genk complex is really one to make or break a race, and this really goes to show that it was almost a make for Thomas Martins, but not quite yet. So it is Kai Rillarts taking home the win in race number 2 and provisionally taking home the win in the BNL Kickoff 2017 event. We did have a P3 finisher, which was Milan Koppens, then Linus Hansen on P4, Chris Hanna finished in P5. It's Max Stemenink in 6th position, Leon Rau in 7th, Artem Mikhailov in P8, then P9 of Julian Rau, Daniel Choranku in P10, Leon Engman in P11, Jeff Michiels in P12, and it's Patrick Noes Lokmelis in P13. So as the guys are heading into the pit area. We'll be going through our next event or next race, which is going to be the senior heat A versus C, which is Jordan Brown Nutley on the pole position. So Jordan Brown Nutley in pole position ahead of Jonathan Hogarth alongside him on the first row. Then we have Noah Rovers with Dylan Lehane on row 2. Row 3 is Max Timmermans and